Happy Friday. This week I've been talking about communication and messaging around changes happening in your organisation. We talked on Monday about asking the 5 whys to make sure that we really understand why the change needs to happen. So it's the right change at the right time. We then said you can hone your message based on that information. On Wednesday, we talked about making sure how do you verify that the message you intended is actually being heard. And yesterday I talked about testing your message. Oh, it was only yesterday. How do you test your message before you send it out across the whole organisation? So I talked about A/B testing. So to wrap it up, I wanted to talk about, communication about change has to be a conversation. It's a two-way dialogue. I've already said, sending out an email is not communication, that's broadcasting. Communication about change has to be two-way. So how do you give people the opportunity to come back and ask questions? How do you have that? How do you enable that conversation? So think about things like brown bag lunches where people can come along, have their lunch and discuss the change. Town hall meetings where people can get together to ask questions. Provide forums on collaboration platforms such as Jive and Slack and Yammer, where people can post questions and you can answer those questions. Think about capturing the frequently asked questions, the ones that are coming up time and time again, and capture them and provide an FAQ page on your website where people can go and see if the question's already been asked. That's a really safe environment. And remember, make sure these environments are safe. Psychological safety, people feel that they can ask any question, there is no stupid question, and they can throw questions out. You might think of, and I've done this and this has worked quite successfully, is just having big sheets or whiteboards around the organisation, provide sticky notes and some marker pens where people can stick the question on a post-it, leave it anonymous if they want to, and stick it up on the question board. And you can capture those and then provide the answers, and provide them online via the intranet. Thank you for your question on the sticky note board at location B. Here's the answers. Or even next to the question board, have an answer board where you answer them. But then share those questions and answers across the organisation, across all locations. And finally, make sure that your leaders, that your sponsors of change and your change agents have resources available to them to enable them to answer questions as they're posed. And if they don't have the resources at their fingertips, make sure they capture what's not available to them so it can be made available across the organisation. Hope that helps. Talk to you next week. Bye.